A brand new here, and we're just so grateful to
Brand
God
new,
for
you said here. Say that again.
or your wife to be this year. Begin
wife
to
to be,
treat them. Your wife to be. Hey guys, it's awesome to have you on this episode. We're super delighted to be here.
Merry Christmas!
So Merry Christmas, like more like Happy New Year.
Oh yeah,
now.
and Happy New Year since we're in here for Christmas. So Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We had a lovely time on our end. It was quite busy.
Very busy, but we got to rest as well though.
Well, yes,
For
fair
1
enough.
week, at least I
What was it
did.
up to a week,
4 or 5 days, fair enough.
something like that. Then what else do you do?
What else we do? A lot of rice and chicken as usual.
That's the typical. Anyway, but it's a brand new year, and we're so grateful to God for preserving our lives, keeping us together, providing in the midst of all the noise about recession, and according to a certain guy, reception.
So that's like a real thing, reception. Because I've been hearing people say there's no reception here. Oh, as in service?
No, reception as a recession, saying recession in a funny way. Reception. At the beginning of the year like this, there's so many things to do, so many distractions. People say January is like the longest month of the year. People got paid middle of December and they don't know how they're going to survive
Till the end
next
of
year.
January.
But I think that what many people try to do is that they try to take stock, right, of what they did over the last 12 months. Reflections, expectations. So they do this a lot regarding their career, regarding their finances. But let's talk about something that's possibly more important than both areas even, and that's like reviewing and evaluating your relationship. So Ella, hit us with that.
He's also with what? Okay, so like he said, businesses have business audits and annual general meetings and all to review the year. So we just thought, and we've mentioned this on this blog before, that we try to review our relationship, our marriage, like every quarter. We haven't been too faithful with that, yeah. But this is a very sound reminder of that, and we're going to do that. We have it in view. So we just thought to discuss the things we're going to do, for and to each other, to make
to each other.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Receive the blood of Jesus to purify your mind.
So we're going to talk about things we're going to do to make our relationship better, fresher, sweeter, more intimate, and
I think that we cannot overemphasize the importance of evaluating, because the truth is, if you don't measure, you can mark up. If you don't evaluate, you can improve. And we upgrade our phones ever so often. We upgrade our cars. Some people like every year I have to get a new car every 2 years. We upgrade our career paths. We take on new skills and all. So we just want to encourage you, as we're encouraging ourselves, to do an audit of sorts. Like sit with your partner and reflect.
We always define what partner is when we talk on this blog, especially if you're a first time watcher. We don't mean cohabitant, or how would I call it now?
Or somebody you're hooking up with.
Yeah, we mean your boyfriend, girlfriend, fine, or your husband or your wife.
Yeah, it's not someone you're hooking with or cooking for. It's someone that you're committed to.
It's not person you're watching close every week for the fun of it.
Yeah. So, what are the areas we're gonna look at in our own relationship, our own marriage?
Truth is, to be very honest, this is off the cuff. So right now, at this point, maybe when we do a proper sit down review, I'll have more things to say. But right now, I don't necessarily think there's anything new I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to improve on things I've already been doing, or reintroduce things we have stopped doing that we need to continue doing.
Okay.
Right? So I know you're very big on help and assistance, so if you love me, help me think of my next big idea. If you love me, help me write my book. If you love me, go to Unilag and do my photocopies for me.
I write my books myself.
Oh yeah, he writes his books himself. Please though.
Just saying.
But, and like editing. Okay, what do you think about this? Does this make sense?
Bounce off
ideas, that kind of thing.
Lot.
So I'll give you my ears more, my heart more, my time more.
You only have 2 ears. If you give me your ears, I'll have 4. What would you have?
And when you finish, you give them back to me.
I have a feeling I was speaking so low there. So I said you only have 2 ears. So if you give me your ears, If you give me your 2 ears, I have 4. What would you have?
And when they finish listening to you, give me back.
But you'll be able to
back
hear
to
me
me.
calling you to collect your
You have the ears,
back.
so the ears will hear you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to try to do that better.
Mm.
And then maybe things like more fun things. I remember there was a time where I invented this game where I put clues in different parts of the house.
That was
Yeah, and so you had to figure out this first clue to know what the next thing was. So just stuff like that. I mean, now
Okay.
that there's a child and life is so busy, we just need things to, lighten up a bit.
Yeah, all you said on point. But one of the things that I think initiates the process of evaluation is actually asking questions. Because there's no examination without questions, there's no evaluation without interrogation. So being able to ask, okay, based on the way we're relating, what would you like changed? Because in as much as you're saying nothing new, well, in my mind I'm thinking, are you sure that there's nothing new we need to do? But that's for me and then what we discuss. So I think the first thing we want to do is not to make assumptions. Don't feel or think you're having a blissful relationship, even if you're that person in that marriage or that relationship that is like, yes, I'm fired up, I'm good to go. But your partner, your spouse might not necessarily be on the same page at all. Yeah. So don't make assumptions. Ask direct questions.
Yeah.
Don't just
Sorry,
ask
let me chip in here, ladies. Please help the men. Direct. When you think you're saying something, you think they know.
Yes.
Oh no, you just do it yourself. You'll be crying inside, thinking that he'll get what you're saying. You won't get it, and you end up the year getting frustrated, and then you'll be doing review again.
I tell you, no lie.
So please just help them out.
Particularly for the ladies, don't expect. See, men are not wizards. Some of them are actually, but most men are not wizards, and most people don't use their gift of discernment when it comes to their relationships because they feel like we're together. So I'm straight up. If a guy is upset with you, he will let you know. If a guy is disappointed, generally will let you know. So you want to ask direct questions. You want to be very clear. You don't want to make assumptions. You don't want to feel or think you should know or they should know. So be very direct. Any other thing?
Well, still on that point, please, when your partner, now male or female, is saying something maybe they feel you haven't done well or you haven't done right or they expect more of, please let it be in a comfortable environment. Don't make it difficult for your partner to open up. Don't let the person feel shy, or don't shout at the person or say come on, or don't, just let it be a peaceful atmosphere. Don't shout anybody down. Just it helps.
It really does help. An example would be like when people are traveling or you're flying, or more like you're traveling on the bus, like some of you did during the Christmas season, and the driver is maybe tipsy or tired or weary or whatever it is, and the people start cursing the guy. Yeah, where the hell is she?
I don't help anybody.
You're only agitating the guy, and the same thing applies in relationships. When somebody is not quite there, many times the person is already feeling slightly guilty that I'm not measuring up. So when you come and you dominate the conversation, you come abrasive or judgmental or critical or vituperative, guess what happens? The person is going to be like, okay, I always knew I wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
and
that gets nobody.
Now we need to wrap this up, but there's something, some of you might see our shirts. I'm not trying to be vain. But there's something else that we found to be true and we're still learning, and that's treating people into what you want them to be. So many times a lot of people are quick to say, but you are not that and you're not that. But I believe that the more you treat somebody like a king, the more they will treat you like a queen. The more you treat someone like a queen, the more they will treat you like a king. So whatever you want your husband to be this year, or your intended to be this year, or your wife to be this year, or your wife to be this year, begin to treat them. Your wife to be. Yeah, but begin to treat them like that. So if you want the person to be, give me examples.
To be neater.
What do? You treat them like they already need.
Yeah. And give thumbs up when they try a bit. Yeah.
All right, you get the point. So, it's a wrap, is it?
Yeah.
Final words.
So we all know this. Your new year is not necessarily going to be new just because the dates have changed. You really need to do something about it. And there was something you said in one of our meetings. People make New Year resolutions a lot. A New Year resolution will probably not get you anywhere if you don't have a revelation behind that resolution. So there must be something you have seen, understood, grasped, as in it's really in your mind and in your spirit. Then you will change. But if it's just something nice and fancy you think will be good to do, it's not going to stick. So yeah.
Absolutely. So that's very profound. I absolutely agree with you. A resolution has to be anchored in a revelation. So we don't want this to be a monologue or just a dialogue between Elle and I. We want you to participate. What we want you to do first now is put in the comment box below certain vital truths that you've extracted from this session, but more importantly, what you intend to do extracted what you intend to do this year in your relationship to make it fresh, to make it new. You know, it's all about freshening up. It's all about having more life, more vitality, more strength, more energy, more traction, more momentum, more commitment, more union, more interaction, more bliss. So let us know what it is, and we might be able to glean some ideas from you this year. It's been a pleasure serving you. So if you know somebody who loves love,
Who is in love,
or praying to find love,
or praying that love finds them,
do tell them about this video, share it on your Facebook platforms, social media platforms, and we trust that something in this conversation will enrich their lives for the better. Until the next episode, when we'll talk about becoming parents.